play all the Xenoses. It is now, I think, part 8, right? 5, 6, 7, oh yeah, 8 I think, or 9. But we will see, of course. Jump on here because now we're gonna jump off here. And then we can time this here. Nope. And that gives us Ice Brand, by the way, which is very powerful at this point. You could use the equip the Ice Brand immediately if you want to, by the way, because the Ice Brand is good. Because that's the first, and it has a way to like freeze targets. And I don't remember if they give XP when you freeze a target or not, you know, and stuff like that. But freezing is very powerful because freezing means that you get insta shatter on enemy. I believe if you hit them with like a physical when they're like frozen. Here we meet a boss fight also, by the way, which we can, you know. Okay. L2, there we go. I forgot right if both of them gives you a lot of stuff. Mithril armor, nice. That's nice. First attempt steal there. The meteorite shouldn't one-shot anyone, by the way. But yeah. Razor Win again is so insanely good. Because they actually made it so that regen actually scales in this game very, very good. Like the more health you have, I think the better it is. Or maybe it's dependent on the... Oh, nice, Mithril Omelette. Keep in mind though that the stealing thing also affects who doesn't have anything. That's nice, that's good. We actually got lucky for once here. Because you want to make sure that you get here with a lot of time so you can steal everything here. Normally I would want to reach Lindblom in the 7-hour mark and stuff like that, but that's probably not going to be possible. And stuff like that, depending on how the stealing here goes, of course. And stuff like that, but yeah. Yeah, we need to do that again. Yeah, we need to keep stealing from Zorn. So they have 2 or 3 items height each, I think. Is what they had. And the thing is, for example, there is also a strat that you can do where you don't loot any chests and all you do is steal, basically, pretty much. Like you skip every chest in the game, pretty much, except for any chest that contains money, pretty much. And stuff like that. And you of course loot all of clay, right? Just because you know and stuff like that. And you loot, you know, you do loot the coins, but those are like other pickups, you know, they're also not treasure chests and stuff like that, yeah. But did he have something? Oh, okay, couldn't steal anything, that's what happened. Yeah, so it lasts shorter on Giga Shed for whatever reason. I forgot what stat it is that affects that. How long Race Wind lasts. If it's their magic defense or something like that. Which already is a hidden power in Thieves' Sword. That means that you can guarantee the status effect 100% of the time. If you do it, you know, and stuff like that. It's very important. Okay. I really want to get that item though. I forgot how good the item was though, if it was really necessary to get or not, you know, and stuff like that. Keep in mind, of course, if you take weight, like stuff like this lasts way longer, and stuff like that. You can also kill them, I believe, if you would have had a way to have reflect at this point. You could have killed them with that, you know, and stuff like that. Stardust Sword, yes, there we go. Because that one you need to buy otherwise. The Stardust Sword is not a super expensive thing, but yeah. I think that's gonna be everything, right? That's gonna be everything. I don't wanna start attacking them yet though. Alright, this is gonna be good. I'm just gonna see if they have anything. It doesn't have anything now. I have it from both here. I hope that, yeah, I didn't attack by mistake, and then we just do an AoE here. So we dine and we shift break. And that should keep both of them. Because I think even if you knock out both of them, you won't receive AP for this fight. I think there's no way to receive AP for this fight. Shift break. Blah 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 blah, and yeah, she's still breathing and stuff like that. And here's this blank here. So that gives us another partisan. And it gives us another Thunderglove, I believe it was, right? And then we go to like Material Armor, or whatever it was, right? Yeah. Material West, or whatever. Okay, and now, and there's nothing else on that side, by the way. So now we go Mognet here. Yeah, receive the letter, read it together, and then there's no. You want to make sure that you rest here just to get the MP back up, or to get, you know, the health back up a bit. No save, and I think we're gonna be at 7-hour mark now. So we're 1 hour now away from having the same game time as the other file, or almost. So we have 1 hour to reach the outer continent at this point, and you need to go up first, by the way. They don't allow you to go the escape way, because the trap is not reached yet, so that's, yeah. And keep in mind, once we get up here, we need to fight Beatrix again. And we get an actual copy boss encounter with Beatrix and stuff that. Although Beatrix never give any AP for whatever weird reason. Okay. And we do this. So we activate that in case we get a turn off here. And just do this quickly here. Right, and it won't be the auto thing, right? The auto thing isn't on, so raise wind, steel, and defend with everyone else. And then again we keep stealing here now until we get everything, if we can. And it's too bad that they don't put, they should put like the missing stuff in this fight, by the way. It's something they should do. But it would be nice if there would be some sort of reward if you inflicted enough damage to her or something like that, that they would give you like the stuff that you can steal from her as a reward or something like that. Or you could defeat her, that you would need to defeat her in every encounter to basically get her as a hidden character. But then it would literally deal this amount of damage and then it counts as you defeating her and stuff like that. We have seen into other things. We have gotten the survival vest as well. First it was a high potion, then a survival vest. Okay. The survival vest is decent at this point, but you will soon be able to get an adamant vest, so still. Oh, I think survival vest is actually above adamant vest and stuff like that. I forgot what stat it is that hero has the ice brand. Wow. Man, we got it on the very last attempt. Like she queued up the attack there already. Like the attack was already queued up. So yeah, we managed to get everything from her. That's nice because that gives you an excitement, because ice brand is otherwise very expensive. And I don't think that you can get ice brand even in the next store in the game. Like the ice brand won't show up for a while. Yeah, what didn't you see the princess over there when she first went to the room? She should have seen that immediately, like, oh hey, the princess is over there, and all stuff like that. I'm pretty certain that if she wasn't wearing the cape, she's basically wearing the same kind of tone bikini that her soldiers are wearing, except she has the belt, of course, in the way, and all stuff like that, but yeah. Okay. I want to check what my damage is like right now, by the way. I just want to see. Yeah, okay. I did in just one hit, so. And then we just need to activate the auto battle thing. So. Now she's awake, so that's good. That's Stardust Rod. But when you want to equip that immediately now, just to get ability up even quicker. And then make sure you equip the Mage Hat. And then make sure we equip Material Armlet. Yeah, there's a Survival West, by the way. Mage Masters, they are did we say Survival Vest? Here's equipped immediately so we can get Mug. Gloves over there. So now we have 2 ice bands, which is pretty insane. Right, then we go to Survival West. West Tracer Spirit. Well, is it maybe Spirit that actually affects steel and not like speed? I think it might actually be Spirit for whatever reason. Because there is also later stuff like, not yet by the way, but for example like What's That is pretty good because that allows you to get like a back attack or something, I think. There's Nazis. Yeah, we won't encounter that one by the way. But here we will meet the mages. And these are the highest level of them, I believe. These are version 3. I think because they have the staff that's to indicate that they're higher than the other ones. Because these are the ones that cast Fraga, Blisaga and stuff that I think they can do at least. And this is the only place I think where you meet them, right? Yeah, type C. This is what they're called. I just want to see how long they take to kill here. With the party used as it is. Even though we're in the back row here. I just want to see how much the levels do here. Wow, really? I mean, we're in the back row, and I'm not using a good weapon on Zidane, I'm using the weak weapon, I'm using the really old Mage Smasher there, just because we want to learn the thing, you know, and stuff that. You know? Because I mean, if I would use Ice Band for example, they would go like way faster. Yeah. See, that's the thing, like if you do here normally, like right, like you're not even allowed to learn certain skills, right? Because you want to have the maximum damage potential all the time, pretty much. Because that also means that, for example, that you can limit yourself to, okay, like what gives me the highest damage. Like, for example, on Zidane, you want to make sure that you get power belts, or that you get the stuff that is needed for power belt, and then you have a bunch of power belts on every melee attacker. There's one more, and then we will learn the take right from Mage Smasher. And keep in mind that Mug is technically really good, by the way. Not fragile. No protected girls. Clear-headed. Okay. Yeah, the ability up is so good, by the way, because yeah. So it's exactly a character learns abilities faster, that's the only thing it says. It doesn't say how much it gives. And stuff like that. And now we're at 7 and 10. Yeah. And there is a bandit snatch encounter here. I mean, I would love to do all the runs today, but we're gonna at some point have to shake. At one point, when the recording gets done, by the way, we're gonna have to shake the... We're gonna literally have to use back out of the game, go to the title screen, so I don't waste time in game, and then I'm gonna have to shake. I'm gonna have to check how much space I have left on the hard drive, but I do think I have enough space, right? Because every clip is only taking up 7 or 8 gigabytes, and I think I have 150 gigabytes on the hard drive and stuff like that. Because yeah, because I freed up space on purpose when I was getting like Final Fantasy 15 and stuff like that. So yeah, so butterfly sword we can equip now. We can equip... is there anything? Coral Ring is the only thing I can think of that you might want to equip here. Coral Ring, Bronze Vest, not... equip one of the cotton robes, why not? There's the Bronze Vest. Do we equip the Material Vest already? Yes, we do. So we can get that. Where's Giga Shad? And Giga Shad leads the party. And then there's some more battle music for whatever reason. It's a bit weird. And there you have the Butterfly Sword. The Butterfly Sword is actually pretty similar to the one in Final Fantasy 7 and stuff there, the Butterfly Sword. Except of course the Thief Swords are really cool, by the way. They did a really good job on the weapon models in this and stuff that. And technically you could say, right, that certain weapons in Final Fantasy 16 are actually right, and you get to face them off here. And she has of course saved the Queen, but sadly you don't get the chance to like pause the game and equip her with stuff here, which is a bit weird. And she will actually be whatever level I think. She will be whatever level the highest character is, right? So she will be level 40 I think at this point. And I forgot what her level is based on, if it's based on... yeah, she is whatever the highest character is. So yeah. And this would be good XP for him, of course. That's the great thing about this place, though, that the XP is good, especially from double bind snaps, then the XP is really good. Because we will definitely get over 1000 HP here with Giga Shad. Pretty much. Because the other fights doesn't give that much, but double bandit snaps should be good. And the way the level up only works for the character that has it equipped, by the way. Like, it doesn't show up the XP that you actually get from the mob when you level up. Like, you gain more XP because you can tell like when certain characters have level up and certain other ones don't. For example, Beatrix will... oops. Right. And then we got the loop here. This is funny when this happens. This is a loop of 2 tracks at the same time. Is that one that I miss always? Is that the one that I've kept missing? Is that the one that have prevented me from all the time not doing the quest? Because I don't go back into this room. No, but that seems like a very, very silly oversight if I've done that. There's no way I missed that on the main file, right? There isn't anything at the altar, right? But why the hell do they have this altar under the castle? Is weird. Right, like... yeah, and then Marcus and Blanc saves you here. And you learn about this here. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, and then we do here this, we do the to there. Because again, this is another good steal opportunity here. Because this one we actually get to destroy, and it's not the same worm. It's basically technically it is the same worm, but it comes back in or is tougher or something like that. And I don't know why. Oops. Reacting to the attack and then it coils itself. But I think I already queued up attack, so that might be bad. Please don't be like something that one-shots you. Then it has Quake. Or I think Quake heals it. I think I might do heal all here. Nope. Just need to heal him. Yeah, it's nice that the butterfly sword now actually has like wings on it and stuff that, which is pretty nice. Attention to detail. But I don't remember what stat it was that affects this. But there's also a way that you get like a rare steal increase or something like that. Or maybe it's supposed to give you like 100% success rate with steal or something like that. But, yeah. But thievery, by the way, that you get on a later weapon, the more stuff that you have stolen, the stronger the thievery will be basically. And stuff that, although it doesn't matter what you steal from, so basically you can technically farm up that steal by farming something that has a very, very easy steal and stuff that. Because you can make thievery do 999 in damage basically. And stuff that, same thing with frog drop and stuff that. But you need to actually catch 101 frogs for that to happen. Yeah, the man vest is nice. I actually have Magi there, which is very, very nice. Oh, that means her. Me? And keep in mind, one thing that you can do is you can just keep stealing until it dies, pretty much. That's the great thing about Magi, that eventually it will die from the steals that you do and stuff that, which is why you don't want to have the 999 thing on. Please don't tell me that it can insta-kill the party if it minis all of them or something. The deal isn't that great, by the way. But yeah, but there's an Adman West there, so we saw the Survivor West before, but now there's an Adman West. And now we can heal him. that isn't his maximum health. Wait, is this one of those bosses that has no? Or maybe it's just that she's meaner, then maybe she heals a little no matter what. Yeah, it will heal way more than that normally. Yes. Wait, it already ended on chat. I mean the status. I really want to get to steal. Am I still attacking it with Magda when I'm stealing, or is it only doing successful steals? Because that would make it way worse. Yeah, because I'm not seeing damage there. That actually makes it way worse. Actually do... Blizzard. Can I slow it, by the way? The question is, does status affect like how easy it is to steal? Like, if you slow and sleep something, is it easier to steal? Always the main question. Like, does slow even affect it? I forgot what bosses can be affected by statuses here. Okay, so he can be slowed. And then we figured out if stall oak staff, no. Yeah, that's the really important steal. There is an oak staff you can also dig up, otherwise you're requiring this steel here and stuff that. But I believe, right, like 2 oak staffs can make something, right? Is it that 2 oak staffs make the you know, the whatever you want to call it, right, the highest? Okay, sounds great. Can we do full damage with Sedan though is the question. So wait, so now we can see what that does. I lost the back attack. He not very smart. I want to kill a boss normal for once, actually. Put him in the front row. Let's see the damage. There we go, that's more like the damage we should be getting. But keep in mind, he won't counter Blizzard, so you basically do physical attack, Blizzard, physical attack, Blizzard. You normally want a Blizzara here, because you know. You can of course mass cast float, right? Can you mass cast float? Yeah, you can. Because then it doesn't matter if you mass cast float, then he won't hit us with the earthquake anyway. I just want to see how long it takes to kill normally here. and then you hit him with the thingy. Oops. I just finish him with the thing though, because I wanted to see just how long it takes, but I don't want to waste too much time here and then like ruin our chances here. If he doesn't die in this hit, by the way, we're just gonna do a certain thing. Never mind, I tranced anyway. This might actually kill him, just hitting with the trance once, I think might kill him actually. No, but C65. Now we're gonna test the damage. Because shift break is of course the thing that is like... I believe you should always use the highest level one, but I think this, even without the 999 damage, I think this would deal 3000 damage. Shift breaking. Of course, right. When he does that, he still has a lot of defense even against like trance moves, which is weird. They should just pierce through defense. Let's see. Is it gonna be 3000? I know that Zidane's things are insane. 1856. That was lower than I expected, but of course he's not using his best weapon, even he can at this point. That gives you 7 though. That's actually really decent. How much time did we waste here? But I want to Limblom, because once you get to Limblom you can immediately start going through the place, by the way. Yeah, and we can just skip. We can skip on getting one, by the way, if we want to. There's no reason to really get Rama, by the way, you can just skip it, if I remember correctly. And now she sends the assassins after. But you won't face the flaming amaranth yet. Basically we want to start using him once we can. Pinnacle Rooks. And you encounter Rama here, and he looks just like an old man first, but then Rama shows himself properly because of the way they talk. And cause more distraction, because even though it's weird, because that doesn't, you know. Anyway, so right, so now we have the Stardust stuff learned, the Molten Racket we still need to learn here. There's nothing we can learn from the stuff here. There's nothing we can learn from any of these. And we almost have to make the stuff West stuff learned. We don't need the Kakushka there. Cold Choker. So we can then get rid of that and get the other one West. Or actually, let's just do this. Even though the defense is weaker, it's just strength and magic on the Cotton Rogue, which is nice. And this is normally, by the way, where you receive the Ogre, by the way, normally. The Stadman West, by the way, Zone Killer, Bird Killer, which is nice. Okay, we got failure from that. Yeah, see, stop, bio, and ray on that, on the oak staff. But we want to continue on with the lightning staff and then eventually with the ice staff. And then we'll start using that. Because I believe the oak staff is what you really need in order to use bio on a certain thing. There is something that's very, very weak to bio, if I remember correctly, but I don't remember exactly what it is that is weak to bio. Does he have anything else here that's useful? Nope. After that I can learn Beast Killer from that. Okay. 7:32 already. You can hear a bit of like the garden, right? Of the second garden. Kinda in Final Fantasy 8 in this, a bit. We got 3 chances, we might as well use one. You know, yeehaw and stuff. You know, yeehaw, man. Yeehawers, man. How much? Okay, 41. Okay. See, there was 15 there, so we wasted basically 15 minutes on that encounter. Almost right, because another Mithril West there, that's decent, I guess. But because now we have how many Mithril West? We have 3 Mithril West, okay, good. And I can get the Insomniac. Damage enemies when you steal, raise the success rate of steal. I don't know if Bandit actually does what it says it does. It might just be that it does absolutely nothing and stuff that. Right, because we don't want to have Mug on at this point. We want to remove Mug actually, because you learn the skill anyway, even by not having it equipped. You don't need to have it equipped to learn it. Pretty much. I want to have Steel Kill though, because I don't think that makes the stealing harder. But we don't need to find the Rommel, by the way, at all. We just need all the treasure chests. If he doesn't block the way, I don't care about getting those. So they will get the ogre. That's normally where you're supposed to receive the ogre. So you could just skip the ogre early on and then just get it there. Like there are several ways to do the whole thing, but normally if you do it legit right, there are some very specific requirements and you basically need to play through the game. And okay, like you need to basically rate up all the stuff you want to synthesize if you want to do a perfect run right. You need at least one of each item basically, pretty much. You want to actually go back here though. Yeah. Because I thought there was something here as well. And stuff there, but yeah. I think that's all the chests here. In the forest. Let's leave without it, by the way. Because I believe you get a free Peridot later anyway. Yeah, okay. Okay, now we will be at Lindblom, by the way. Yeah, skip the cutscene and blah blah blah. Because they destroy it with Atmos, basically, pretty much. They use her summons. So by the way, you also want to make sure that you reach you want to make sure you run in here, by the way. if there was, yeah. Kimuruna letter. Yeah, from Ruby. And I will save here. Yeah, there's no point in getting Rom now, by the way. Because you're not really gonna be summoning with Garnet at this point. Garnet, I would say, is worth summoning with once you get powerful enough, or once you get the thing that strengthens her summons and stuff that they're not really worth it at this point. I don't think, at least. But at this point also, if she gets one of the stones that can give it, you know, that can give the thing, then it's worth using. Right, so then we go up here again. Yeah, we received one mail from there. I think also we want to... I'm pretty certain, because basically we need to travel back here at one point, basically. Actually, we want to talk to this guy right here. And he is actually part of the Vigilante thing. Sad. It is the Lindblom card, by the way. It's nice. Do we have enough cash, by the way, to get everything? We receive another ether here. And we receive a Phoenix Finium, both of them sell for 1,000. So we have 3, 4, we have 5,000 right there. So we have over 25,000. We have 25,000, but there are certain things that we specifically need. So that's, yeah. And the minister is here, of course, blah blah blah. And you can speak to him, of course. And we need to go kick Huya's butt, as he would put it. Because stopping Huya means stopping God's mom. Tower continent. Yes. 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 Because technically you want to beat it quick enough so that you can go and grind the dragons a bit in order to get Garnet's levels up. Right, and now we... I mean, he gave some extra money there, so yeah. We want to make sure we check here though. So 3 of those, so 2 Phoenix Finians. Yeah, unless there's something I heard particularly of, I won't get more of something. I will just get one more material request because I forgot how much it is that we can, how much stuff that is useful to you know, how much stuff is it that is useful to synthesize. I forgot, isn't there anything you can loot in here? You can read about the flame there, but you cannot. But then he tells you that he killed... Maybe he did survive. I forgot. So we need to get Explorer here. We need to get... 3 silk robes, in my opinion. You can get more cascades just there, by the way. We already have gold shoes. We can get more magician shoes there. This is powerful, of course. We need to get one barrette. We need to get one power belt. Do we need to get 2 barrettes? Yes. And one more of that. We don't have a single yellow scarf. We don't have a single glass buckle. So that's the thing I'm checking for also. Like, so we have, like, so we don't have 0 of something. And this gives you sacrifice and like a 7. And here we have the power belt, by the way, which has MB attack, belt that raises strength, and it has counter as well. The best thing of course that if you wait with your black mage, you can, you know, get some interesting things happening. And I believe she will be able to equip the nope. I thought she would. Right, she can equip the silk robe. But this is just an upgrade over the regular cotton robe. And then she can use magician shoes, of course, to learn blind as well. Which is nice. And then she can learn, yeah, actually I want to use barrette now because her ornament is also with various powers worn by women. And because that can give her cura. But the non-explode is to be upgraded. And that has sacrifice and like a 7 on it. There we go. That's everything on that. Yeah, I do think we have some time to grind now actually. Ready. Okay, and then we skip here a bunch of dialogue. And here you see this here. And they won't immediately go to the elevator, will they? Actually, they will. I thought, can you go back up into the castle again? Because we want to make sure that we don't recruit Queena yet, by the way. You want to make sure you don't recruit Queena yet. Okay, and blah 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 sealed, and what could it be? Because he says he messed up shit here. And they will start hunting down Seed, but of course there's going to be no chance that they can get him. Okay, and now yeah, we give him the letter. I want male Kupo, okay. And basically, like, the thing is the Chocobo is useful though to get at this point. But I believe you can technically sequence spec the game a bit here by using the Gishal greens before we have gotten the Chocobo to show up in the forest, you know. Okay, okay, I spent partisan. Just checking if it's different here. The stuff. So apparently not. Right, and now, so basically we go near here. Yeah, you cannot use them yet because you don't know about the Chocobo yet. So we need to go over to the forest. And we need to go over to the forest to do the thing. I think it's so many I would want to reach during 8 hours so we can match the speed of the main file and stuff like that, but yeah. But that would require us to skip grinding from the thing. Hoppa! And yeah, you don't get to name Joker for whatever weird reason and stuff like that. Okay. And keep in mind, you can of course get insanely lucky during it, and I forgot exactly how. I mean, you can just pick it up at any point, by the way. But yeah, but we're gonna do this, by the way. We are not going into the Martin getting green because we want to get levels on the other characters, and because he's only level 13, and then we equip. He has Coral Ring. I want Coral Ring. I'm gonna put Coral Ring on her for now, at least. Yeah, there's nothing at the entrance there. And there's nothing here, by the way. Yeah. How many coconuts? But basically, you wanna make sure that you give the coconuts to this character as often as possible. Okay. I mean, and the thing is, the place doesn't take that long time to do. Right, so we need to remove safe travel. Remove the safe travel. Right. And he will of course survive a hit. Of course he's gonna miss. That's the main problem. He's gonna hit, of course. That's gonna give her a lot of levels. And you might say, yes, it's really bad leveling with Coral Ring and stuff, and that's indeed true. But the thing is, we're gonna get 11,000 each time here. But it's very powerful, by the way. Okay, now we can finally get rid of that, and we can finally switch back to using that. And I can switch to Silk Robe. Alright, that's why it's so nice to have, because Silk Robe gives me ability up. Which is the only way to receive it, otherwise there. Interact is pretty much the best one we can have there. Now we can heal with her as well. And when it's gonna